know. What will I do all day?
What will you do? You'll see a woman in charge of a courtroom making big decisions. You'll be in awe much of the day.
Yeah, but what if I'm not? What if I'm just bored? You said I can't even sit in court during the trial.
You can listen at the door.
Grandma, did you ever make Mom go to work with you when she was little?
No, I had quite enough of her at home.
Ma, little sisterhood here. Let's take your daughter to work day.
Whose idea was that?
The entire nation's?
In my day, we had get an education so you can get work day.
You're not helping. And I don't see you offering to take Lauren to work.
I can do that? I can go with Grandma?
I'm not so sure that's such a good idea.
Think of the awe.
I have a really long day.
Please.
All right. Pick you up at 2:30.
Okay, I'll go get my stuff. Be right back. Don't leave without me. It's not fair.
I know. Take your medicine.
I was supposed to go with Mom for Take Your Daughter to Work Day.
And instead, you're stuck with me. It's a horrible injustice. Come on, take your medicine. We gotta get moving.
But she promised.
Your mom's gonna pick you up at the courthouse after lunch. So, you get to spend half the day with me and half the day with her. Works out for everyone.
Dad, I'm going to be a model when I grow up. Not a court services. What are you again?
You know what I am.
Yeah. You're the guy that sits in court and says, tomorrow at 2:30.
I do a lot more than that.
Mom gets to wear the nicest clothes in the world, and she has 6 people just to help her get dressed.
Yeah, well, I know how to dress myself. It's a good skill to have. Take the medicine. We're running late.
Mom said maybe I could try skipping 1 pill during the day.
She said what?
When I get older. That's what she said.
Your mother's a model, Rebecca, not a doctor.
She said one of her friends knows someone with epilepsy.
Sweetie, we're done negotiating here. Take the medicine. We leave in 5 minutes. Let's go. I saw that.
Can I walk you to class? Carry your books?
If I'm your malt, I'll let you hold my hand.
You're so easy. Want to have lunch with me and my mother?
Wow, that was weird. I could have sworn you just invited me to...
It's her birthday. She just flew in this morning. Took me completely by surprise.
She surprised you on her birthday.
Yeah. The thing is, I kind of have a cookie relationship with my mom.
How cookie?
For years, we didn't talk. We barely talked. A few minutes on the phone every couple of weeks. Who are you dating? When you know, just the bare minimum about my life. No details. I didn't want to let her in because...
Yeah, well, once you let her in, she's in. I've had that cat before.
But lately, I kind of had this change of heart. I don't know. Either I suddenly got a lot more mature, or more likely I'm just a lot happier with who I'm dating.
I think it's that you got a lot more mature.
Either way, you're pretty much the first girlfriend I've told her about since college.
Really?
Uh-huh. So she wants to meet you, and I said she could, and it's her birthday.
I'm your mother's birthday present?
Yeah, I know, it's...
It's a little kooky.
If you don't want to go, I'll totally understand, but please go. I'll do anything.
You're cute when you're desperate.
Look at this, 4 drug offenses, 5 abuse and neglect, half dozen OTCs. I'm looking at a full house here. Vine's gonna have my ass.
I'm a compassionate man. I'll take 2 of the OTCs and 1 drug offense.
Make it 3 drug offenses and I'll take that probation hearing off your hands.
Oh, you're a real saint, Pete. That's a rubber stamp, a 5-minute case.
Can't do it. You can have any of the others, but not that one. It's Samuel Stackhouse. I intend to see that kid discharged from probation with my own eyes.
Who's Samuel Stackhouse?
A boy your daddy saved from a short and unsuccessful life of crime.
How'd you do that?
He saved himself. I just got the wheels in motion.
Please don't believe him. Your dad has modesty issues. He went out on a limb for that kid.
Oh, here she is, future Mrs. Pete Elwell.
Hey, it's Nola.
It's Zola.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Pete. Pete Elwell.
Do I know you?
Not yet.
Sit down, Pete.
Right.
He's harmless. How are you?
Off to court, but I wanted to make sure we're still on for lunch.
I can't. I have Rebecca. She's supposed to be with Mia, but
I understand. You have a complicated life.
complicated, but interesting and worth the trouble.
So far.
He's free for dinner. You are. I'll be with Mom.
My social secretary. I'll call you.
Okay.
What? It looked like you needed a little help there.
All right, watch your back. Coming through.
Excuse us.
Okay, move him into 3 and get him prepped. See if you can dig up a pint of O negative.
We need you in 6, severe abdominal pains and fever.
6 is full. I just came from 6, compound fracture.
What can I say? Compound fracture's getting a roommate.
Okay, if I were a paranoid man, I would say that nurse hated me.
Nurse Nancy, she does hate you.
Why?
Take a look in our waiting room. It's like Times Square on New Year's Eve.
It's not my fault. We're understaffed.
Well, that part's kind of your fault.
Okay, we have been through this before. You were the one that fired Heather. All I did was throw a party. You've got to get another doctor in here, maybe 2.
It's not going to happen. They gave me a hiring freeze.
Well, that's insane. Maybe if they got their asses down here and they took a... And who is they?
They are the business people who told me that hiring a new doctor would be, how did they put it, financially contraindicated.
Okay, don't hire anybody new. Rehire Heather.
You miss your little buddy, don't you? Sorry, that came out snottier than I intended it.
This is not personal. We're drowning out there. Heather hasn't been gone that long. Can't you go to the board and tell them that she's seeking treatment?
Kyle, she tested positive for drugs. It's hospital policy.
I know that, but I also know that on occasion you've been known to rewrite hospital policy. Like, I wouldn't be here if that weren't true.
Well, I only get a few chances, and I took one on you.
Take another chance. She's a good doctor.
Fine, I'll see what I can do, but I'm not making any promises.
Fair enough.
Chainsaw accident in the waiting room. I'm gonna put him in a 4, and his wife told me to give you these.
Are those fingers?
She thinks she found them all.
Don't get too comfortable, Rebecca.
Tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Thursday at 2:30.
Okay, very funny.
Friday
Let's
at dusk.
go. Rebecca, vacate the chair.
Just practicing.
You remember Judge Gray?
Hey, Rebecca. You know your dad really runs this place.
Yeah, I heard he saves kids from jail and everything.
No, actually, that part is my job.
Rebecca's gonna wait in your chambers if that's all right. Go with Donna.
Just when I was starting to have fun.
Well, have you considered a career in the legal arena?
No.
She's supposed to be with me.
Lucky. Short of bribery, I couldn't convince Lauren to come within a mile of this place. Okay, first up, discharge of probation hearing. For the record, you are...
I'm Doug, Douglas Rain, representing Samuel Stockhouse.
And do you notice anyone is missing? Douglas Rain?
Yes, Judge, actually I have. That would be Mr. Stockhouse.
Stackhouse.
Would you have any idea where Samuel is?
Your guess is as good as mine. I called, I can't tell you how many times. I talked to his sister and his mother. He should be here.
He's got a pager. I mean, there's a pager number for Samuel Stackhouse.
Have you tried paging Samuel?
I tried,
So
but...
you haven't actually talked to Samuel himself?
No.
Okay. Well, if Mr. Stackhouse doesn't care enough about being discharged from probation enough to actually show up, maybe probation should not be terminated. I see no reason not to issue a warrant.
Excuse me, Your Honor. If Mr. Rain would like to ask for a continuance, just in case there was an accident or something.
Mr. Van Exel, a continuance.
Yes, I want to do that.
You have space this afternoon.
No, I don't. I have to get out of here by 2:30. I promised Lauren.
There's an opening at 2.
Really? I didn't last time I checked.
You do now.
Okay. Continuance until 2 o'clock, but this is your client's last chance.
Thank you, Judge.
Next case.
I'll be back.
Where are you going?
Court business. Donna, cover.
No need to worry, Judge Gray. I got your back.
Stackhouse, yes. Judge Gray CSO is asking that too. Yeah, I hold. Honey, don't do that.
Why can't I hear the court cases?
There's nothing I can do about it, sweetheart. It's the law. Juvenile's a closed court. Yeah? Yeah, I just heard he's in detention. I need to know why. Well, if he's the wrong guy, he should have been released by now. What? No, I'll be right down.
Detention? Uh-oh. Somebody's staying after school.
I got a message the judge wanted to see me.
No, I wanted to see you. Do you know your client's downstairs sitting in detention right now?
What for?
Come on, you're his public defender. That's the kind of thing you should know.
Look, standard procedure in our office is give everything to the new guy, and you're looking at the new guy. Be glad I can find the right courtrooms. I'll try and get down there sometime.
No, I'll go get him. You just make sure you're in court at 2 o'clock sharp.
Look, I'm not sure I can. I've got a lot of clients.
No, you don't.
I don't?
I'm going to be very clear with you. Right now, today, you have one client, Samuel Stackhouse. You're not going to blow this kid's last chance. You got that?
Yeah.
2 o'clock.
That was so cool, Dad. You went totally Denzel. Are we really going to see that detention kid?
I am. You've got to stay here. But when I get back, we'll have lunch.
Oh, come on.
Rebecca, take your medicine. Don't forget.
Stop trying to change the subject. You said you'd give me a tour of the courthouse.
I know I did, honey, but I don't think there's going to be time. I got to go take care of this kid.
I don't care about Samuel Suckhouse. This is my only day here, and you promised.
Sweetie, this has to be taken care of by 2 o'clock. I'll be back as soon as I can. I'll have Donna look in on you.
There you go, guys. Come back after work. Pints are half price during happy hour. What can I get Kyle?
Alone, Mallory? That's so sad. What happened to all the other ducks?
It's a mystery. What are you doing here in the middle of the day?
I wanted to see you, and I have a message from Lily. She would like to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm sure. About what? Getting pedicures together?
About coming back to St. Mike's.
No. Tell her no thanks.
Come on, listen. She has all but admitted that it was a huge mistake in letting you go.
Kyle, that talk screen was the best thing that's ever happened to me. It was a wake-up call.
Believe me, I have received that call once or twice myself. I understand.
I don't think you do. What I'm saying is, I don't want to be a doctor. That was my wake-up call.
A Gibson in a draft?
Got it.
You're right. I don't understand.
When I left the hospital, I thought my life had completely collapsed. I cried for 2 days, didn't leave the house for a week. Then you know what happened? Nothing. I was fine. Actually happy. For the first time in I don't know how long. There was no pressure. I wasn't waking up in the middle of the night convinced that I'd given some patient the wrong medication and killed him.
I had that dream last night.
I used to have that dream every night. But now, I haven't slept this well in 3 years. I'm not responsible for anyone else's life. Just mine. Look, I'm not you, and I'm not Lily. I'm okay with that. You do your thing, I'll do mine.
Tending bar, that's your thing?
I like this job. The clientele's cool. Suspender crowd at lunch, rich kids at night. Everyone's funny.
Funnier than me?
And I make more on one shift here than I did in 2 weeks as a resident. I'm okay. Believe me.
I do. But I miss you.
I didn't leave town. I just left the hospital. You know where to find me. I'm right here.
You and the duck.
Pick up.
Okay, he hasn't been charged with anything. The arresting officer admitted he got the wrong guy, so...
Uh-huh.
So why is he still in the cell?
That's a conundrum, isn't it? Bureaucracy. Officer on duty can't find his paperwork.
You're the officer on duty.
That I am.
What happened?
Kid's got an attitude problem. Hasn't figured out how to respect his elders.
Come on, Officer Curtis. This kid's been through a lot. He's about to clear probation. I'm sure you
I
can
get
find-
off duty at 5. I'd imagine his paperwork will surface around then.
No. 5 o'clock is too late. He has to be in court at 2. Okay, let's get to the point. What would expedite matters? An apology?
Maybe. Kid shows some remorse, says he's sorry, then who knows?
Let me see him.
You want to have lunch?
I can't. I've got a lunch.
Really? But it isn't on your schedule. Who are you having lunch with? Yeah, in case I need to find you.
Stu's mother.
What?
Stu's mother. I'm having lunch with Stu's mother. You getting this in the back row? I'm having lunch with Stu's mother. Next case.
He gets the call. You know that I'm the wrong guy. And then he comes into my cell and he's like, just because you didn't rob the video store doesn't mean you don't belong in here. And then he gives me a little push.
What'd you say?
He pushed me.
What did you say?
I told him to bite my ass.
That's just beautiful. Why would you do something so stupid?
He started it. I didn't do anything. I'm not even supposed to be here.
Come on, Samuel. You know how close you are to putting all this behind you?
What, I'm not supposed to stand up for myself because I'm on probation? I was right. That guy disrespected me.
So what? You want to talk about disrespect? What do you think you're showing me? I've been in your corner for over a year now. Who do you think's been filing reports with the court? Letting the judge know how well you're doing? Getting your date moved up? Now you want to throw it all away because he started it?
Well, when was the last time some cop told you that you belonged in jail no matter you didn't do anything? He should apologize to me.
Samuel, there's a judge waiting to discharge you from probation. But if you're not there at 2 o'clock, she's going to issue a warrant. And then about 2:15, your friend out there is going to walk in here with a big grin on his face. You know why? Because he'll be carrying that warrant. And he'll be the one arresting you. Don't you see? If you don't apologize, then you make them right about you.
Then I guess everyone's right about it.
Everyone except me. You know, I'm supposed to be having lunch with my daughter right now, but I'm here. You know what that means? That means I overestimated you. Thank you for watching, Rebecca. Sorry I'm late. Where is she?
Oh, she's having lunch with Stu's mother.
What?
I know. I thought it was a little premature for that, too.
Rebecca, Donna. Where's Rebecca?
She isn't with you?
Rebecca! Rebecca!
Look, she probably just got hungry or something.
You want to take that down?
Rebecca! Rebecca! Donna, check the women's room upstairs. I'm gonna check the cafeteria. Rebecca! Rebecca!
I saw Rebecca and she blew out of here a while ago.
You just let her go?
She waved and said, see ya. Figured she knew what she was doing.
She's a little girl.
Bruce, our job's not to lock people in, it's to keep them out.
Yeah, okay. Did you at least see which direction she went in?
I think she headed east. No, man, she got on the bus.
The bus?
Yeah, I think she got on the bus that stops right over there. No, I'm telling you, she was walking on foot east.
Troy, look, I need to see security tapes. Can you do that for me? Is Rebecca with you?
What are you talking about? I just got here. Well, what's going on? Where is she?
Mr. Collins, party of 3, table right this way.
Well, this is a double treat. I get to spend your birthday with you, and I get to avoid the courthouse cafeteria.
I've been looking forward to meeting you, too. Stuart tells me you're a judge. That must be fascinating work.
Well, it's never dull.
One never thinks about what judges do when they're not in their robes, does one?
This one does.
Stuart also tells me you're a proponent of judicial reform.
Yeah. Well, judicial reform is sort of a big umbrella. There's judicial education, policy reform, alternative dispute resolution, et cetera, on the county, state, and national level.
Well, whichever. I just wondered what you do about it.
Excuse me?
Committees, lobbies, letter writing campaigns.
Mother is a crusader. I should have warned you.
Oh. Well, I don't know that I actually do anything. I read and I try to stay informed.
I see. You're an armchair liberal. Hey, that's okay. We all start there.
Mother is chairperson of the Council for the Propagation of Excellence.
Well, that's excellent.
I'll send you our packet.
That would be nice.
Mother is a vanguard of the New Left.
I hear the New Left is really the old right.
Oh, some of us don't consider the current state of the world a laughing matter.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize we were talking about the world.
Well, now that you do, what is your position?
On the world? I'm for it. Go world.
She actually thought that was very funny, but if the New Left finds out that she has a sense of humor, they'll, kick her out of the club.
No, Joanne, you're right. I was being flippant. It's a bad habit of mine. I apologize.
There's no need.
I've had the duck. It's terrific if you're in a foul mood.
Stuart, I'm trying to have an edifying conversation with Annie.
Amy, why don't we just enjoy our lunch and we can save the edifying conversation for dessert and coffee?
I like that idea.
I'm merely trying to determine what you do, dear. How do you contribute?
How do I contribute to the world?
If you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. Well, every morning I get up, I empty the dishwasher, I take out the trash, I change light bulbs, I start a grocery list, I pay a few bills. I make Lauren's breakfast, I get her off to school. This time of year, I might kill a few dozen ants and yell at whoever left the honey out. After that, I spend my day making life-altering decisions for warring couples or taking children away from parents who are selling them into child pornography and numerous other cases, equally cheerful. I go home, I make dinner, I help Lauren with her homework. I might hug her while she cries because Amanda told Christy that Lauren can't be in their club anymore. I get her off to bed, and then I sit down, I start writing my opinions, or I do my own research because the state budget is in permanent deficit, so I'm sharing a clerk with the 15 other juvenile court judges, and then I get about 5 hours sleep, I wake up in the morning and I do it all again. But you are right. In the spare 15 minutes that I do have, I do not email my congressman or write articles to be read by 11 other people who already agree with me. But I'm looking forward to reading your pamphlet.
I think I will have the duck.
Dina.
Maxine.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Come in.
Thank you.
I didn't expect you today.
Well, that's what spot checks are all about. It's take your granddaughter to work day today.
Mom.
It's okay, Emily. Maxine's just stopping by to see how we're doing. This is her granddaughter.
Lauren.
Hi. Hi.
Why don't you two girls play together for a while? I've got some boring things to talk about with Dina.
Go ahead, honey. Why don't you show Lauren your room?
Okay. Lauren, that? Oh, it's nice. It's the first room I've ever had that's all mine. What do you mean? Before, we stayed with a friend of my mom's and I had to share a room with his 2 kids. Then my mom got sick. I had to stay with these people and share a room with their daughter. Was your mom in the hospital? I don't know. I wasn't allowed to see her. She said she took a lot of bad stuff that made her have bad judgment, and she hung with the wrong crowd. But not anymore. Do you live with your mom? Yeah, my grandma lives there too. Do you like teddy bears? Yeah, I've got like 10 of them. 10? Mm-hmm. My mom gets me one every birthday. It's like our tradition. I only have this one. Oh, don't cry. That one's really cool. If I could only have one, that's the one I would want. Is she gonna take me away from my mom again? My grandma? No, she wouldn't do that. She did before. She did? That's what she does. She takes kids away from their homes and puts them with strangers. That's her job. Didn't you know that?
That was a long lunch. They put the flat iron steak back on the menu.
I went to see Heather.
Ah,
She's not interested in coming back, so she's done with medicine.
typical addict.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just that it's typical reactionary behavior from an addict.
What would you know about it?
True, I've never been an addict, but I have employed addicts and I have gained a lot of insight.
Okay, let me clue you in on a couple of things. First, just because somebody doesn't live their life by your standards doesn't make them wrong. And I seriously doubt that you or anyone else knows Heather better than she knows herself.
What are you talking about?
If Heather knows that medicine isn't for her or she feels she can handle a drink now and then, God bless her. Who are you to say she's wrong?
I think Heather knows what a load of crap that argument is.
Dr. Redica, ambulance is bringing in a kid with head trauma.
Go with him and do the prelim. Don't look at me like that. Just go with him.
Who leaves their child unattended in a building full of felons?
She wasn't unattended, Mia. She took off.
Because no one was watching her.
Do not show up 8 hours late and start second-guessing me. Rebecca wasn't supposed to be here in the first place.
Oh, it's my fault for having a life.
Your life never includes your daughter, except when it's convenient.
Bruce. Hi. I heard what happened. I'm gonna go talk to that cop again.
Rebecca's still missing.
Oh my God. Oh, Bruce, the hospital's on line 1. Rebecca was just brought in, unconscious.
Rebecca, can you hear me? Can you hear my voice? Rebecca.
How is she? Okay?
We're not sure yet. We think that she had a seizure and that she fell down a flight of concrete stairs.
A seizure. She takes medicine for that, for epilepsy.
No, she was arguing with me about it. I think maybe she didn't take it.
You think maybe?
Mia, can we do this later? But she's gonna be okay, right?
She has an epidural hematoma. There's a lot of pressure on her brain. She's on her way to OR.
She's having surgery.
It's the only way that we can relieve the pressure. Look, I have to go up there right now to help assist, but I will come back as soon as I can to let you know how it's going.
Thank you, Kyle. I assumed she had taken the pill. I didn't stand there and watch her do it. I'm sorry.
You're awfully quiet. I hope you weren't too bored while I was doing all that paperwork.
I was okay.
I came over as soon as I realized that Kimberly was bending your ear. Bending your ear is used here to indicate that a person of questionable interest was pontificating. Pontificating is used here to indicate excessive verbiage. And I'm running out of material, Lauren.
I get it, Grandma. You're imitating the Lemony Snicket books.
Which apparently you don't find hilarious.
That girl, Emily.
Yes?
She said your job is to take kids away from their parents and to make them live with strangers.
That is sometimes an aspect of my job.
Emily is really happy with her mom.
Right now, Emily doesn't have anything to worry about. But sometimes when people straighten up, they don't straighten up for good. So I have to keep checking to make sure that children are safe. And that is my job.
Even if that means taking them away from their real mother and making them live with strangers?
Yes, even if it means taking them out of dangerous situations and making them live with safe people who they don't know.
If I gave you one of my teddy bears, would you give it to Emily?
Yes, I would.
Do you think it would be okay with Mom?
I think it would be very okay.
Donna told me. How is she?
She's in surgery. She has pressure on her brain.
Oh, God.
Kyle's with her.
Well, that's good. He's a good doctor. Is me here?
Yeah, she's in the chapel, praying for a truck to hit me.
She can't blame you for this. Where was she today?
Forget it. I'm praying for the truck, too.
You doing the Catholic guilt spiral?
Rebecca could have died.
Well, she didn't. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
I'm so busy trying to save some kid I've known less than a year. I wasn't paying attention to my own child.
Bruce, you had a chaotic situation. You handled it the best way you knew how. It's okay.
It was okay. Rebecca's in surgery. Samuel Stackhouse is in prison.
She's gonna be fine. She's in recovery, so she'll be groggy for half an hour or so.
I gotta tell Rebecca's mother.
Hey, Bruce, just so you know, Samuel Stackhouse is probably in his room right now playing video games and avoiding his homework. He showed up 2 on the dot. He's off probation.
Come in. I've been calling you all day. Is Bruce's daughter okay?
Yes, thank God.
And how are you?
I'm an idiot. You really shouldn't take me to restaurants anymore. I'm so sorry.
No, don't be. It was nice to see someone else fall into her web of destruction.
But you'd been getting along with your mom, and then I wrecked it.
I didn't say we were getting along. I said we were speaking. She called me 5 times this afternoon to tell me how much she hated you, so we're still speaking. And as long as I don't try to defend you, there's no problem.
You didn't defend me?
Do I look like a nutcase?
I don't know if I like that.
You shouldn't. I told her that she better get used to you because I'm planning on you being around for a long time.
Rebecca, can you hear me?
Honey?
Where am I?
You're in the hospital, but you're fine.
I'm in trouble. Right?
Trouble?
Because I didn't take my pills.
I think we can consider a trip to the emergency room punishment enough.
Honey, you have a medical condition, and if you don't take those pills...
I get it, Mom. I wind up in the hospital. I was just going for a walk around the block. I was bored.
I thought you were mad at me.
I was mad at you. Then I got bored. Now, I'm just tired.
Why don't you go get some rest? I'll stay here with her.
I love you, Becca. I'll see you in the morning.
Wow, you look like crap.
Oddly, that's just the response I was hoping for.
Bad shift at St. Mike's.
Typical shift minus you. So here I am. This is what you do, right? Leave your stressful job and come tell the bartender all about it.
That's just if you don't want to go home to your wife who doesn't understand you.
My roommate doesn't understand me.
Then you look at someone else's drink and say, pour me one of those. Otherwise, bar's a dumb place to hang out. Look, I know we have this ill-defined relationship. And before, I hadn't been completely honest with you about who I am.
You don't owe me an explanation.
This isn't one. I'm just telling you that I would be very happy to have you in my life if you want to put up with
Bed.
Mom!
What's all this about?
I just missed you.
Well, I missed you too.
Lauren may have seen more of the real world today than she bargained for.
Mom, have I ever thanked you?
For what?
Everything.
No. I don't think you have ever thanked me for everything.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
She's going to work with you more often.
Hi.
If this is a surprise party, then you forgot the other guests.
I brought these for Rebecca. I didn't think you'd be here. I was gonna tie them to the doorknob.
That was thoughtful of you.
So, here they are.
Are you coming in?
Is it okay? I know you're probably tired.
Can I get you a glass of wine?
Do you feel up to socializing?
Sorry.
What?
Would you stop trying to be coy? Because you can do a lot of things, but you cannot pull off coy.
What are you talking about?
You didn't think I'd be here?
I thought you'd be at the hospital.
But you rang the bell.
I was just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You didn't drive over here hoping I'd be here?
I could have called.
You could have brought the balloons tomorrow.
Okay, maybe. I hoped you would be here. A little.
A little.
What do you want from me?
want you to admit that you came over here with Hubba Hubba Big Man on your mind.
Okay.
Okay. What?
Okay. I admit it.
You admit what?
Hubba Hubba Big Man.
Come on, some of us have to get back to work. Hurry up. Those women don't take that long getting dressed.
It's pretty slick, huh? It's not too...
Johnny Cochran? No, it's good.
It's my first murder one, and it's Judge Stenson. Everybody says he responds to this kind of thing, but... What? It's kind of suck-uppy, huh?
No, I was just wondering why no one ever buys a new suit to come into my courtroom.
So, do we like? Thoughts, feelings?
I like. I mean, who wouldn't? Of course, it costs more than my first car.
What does your wife think?
My wife?
You ever seen your husband look this good?
No, he's not. I'm not.
My wife. Look at her. She's overwhelmed. She doesn't have the words.
We're not actually married.
Not to each other.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought that... Well, look at you two. You look so good together. I just assumed you were married.
He's got a point. We do look good together.
Okay, my session starts in 10 minutes. I gotta get going.
Wait, seriously. What do you think?
What do I think?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
You're asking me what I think?
Yeah, of course I am. It feels right, doesn't it? At least it does to me. What do you think? Hold that thought. What's up? Oh, God. Is he going to be okay? My client just knifed his cellmate. Okay, tell him he doesn't talk to anyone until I get there, and we're going to... just hold on one second. I'm sorry about this, but I got to get down there. But I will call you later, for your answer. Yes, all right. I'm still here. Listen, cancel my afternoon and get the state's attorney on the phone. And we'll need to file a motion for a continuance.
My answer?
What was the question?
Hey, you big stud. Pour me some OJ while you're in there.
Excuse me?
Oh my God, you're not a big stud.
I'm Heather.
I'm Donna. Are you in the right apartment?
I hope so. Or else I have no idea who that guy was I slept with last night.
Excuse me?
I'm kidding. I mean, I know exactly who I slept with last night. I mean, wow, this is going badly. Kyle?
So, you two have met. Great. Who needs coffee and 6 more hours of sleep?
You didn't tell me you were having company.
It was late. I didn't want to wake you.
I should get going.
No, sit, stay, chat. It'll only be awkward for another 10 minutes, so after that, we're home free.
Kyle talks very highly of you.
Likewise. You're the big ballet fan, right?
No.
You didn't go to the ballet a couple weeks ago?
No, I was talking about going to the ballet, but the tickets fell through.
How much longer until the awkwardness goes away? I'm gonna get my stuff.
If I'm supposed to keep all these women straight, I'm gonna need a program. Or an abacus. Or something.
Hey, guys, which is more likely? That Stu is the kind of guy who would haphazardly make a proposal while trying on a suit, or I'm the kind of woman who would hear a proposal where there wasn't any?
We don't even have time to wonder what you're talking about.
Tell me that's the case over the week.
That's just your morning sessions. Presiding judge is calling the short calendar day.
Again?
And that's not even the best part.
This guy's out of control. He cut vacations in half, let 6 clerks go. You need to march upstairs and give him the famous Judge Gray what for.
She doesn't have time because that's your afternoon.
What the hell is this? Illegal U-turn?
Yep. Judge Brahma wants all juvenile doing 2 hours of traffic court a week.
That's the best part.
Oh, that looks like it hurts.
What, this? Nah. Really only well, hurts when I breathe.
What happened this time?
Same story, different client. Guy thought he was going to walk. Judge gave him 6 to 10. He didn't see it coming. And, well, neither did I.
Monty?
The city raises the price of coffee 75% in this place. They raise your salary 75%? Not mine. I'm making it up in creamers.
Monty, as I recall, this time last year, someone's fist had just removed 2 of your teeth. Now, why do you suppose that your clients keep assaulting you?
Well, that's easy. It's because they hate me.
Dig a little deeper.
Come on, Maxine. The only real mystery here is why it doesn't happen more often. I mean, how do you suppose my clients got to be my clients? That's who they are. I'm the guy that has to tell them, you're going to jail, and there's nothing more that can be done. I understand why I'm missing teeth. At 9 days out of 10, I come home from some courthouse, I look in the mirror, I want to take a swing at me. I'm sorry, it's been a long week.
And what do you need from me?
Darwin Fletcher, his hearing is today.
He's on my schedule. I'll be there. How does it look?
Could go either way. We drew your daughter this morning. Now, I can take a run at the presiding judge, get it switched to McCormick.
You want Amy. I'll get you another social worker.
Maxine, no offense. I've worked with your department before. Your bench is not that deep. I want you.
Now, if you want to give Darwin Fletcher his best shot, put him in front of Amy. She's the one who's going to see more than just another black face with a drug charge.
Well, I guess, yeah, you're right. She's always been very fair to me. Okay, great. Yeah, one favor. Don't send Kimberly.
Are you sure? Kimberly knows karate.
I actually find that terrifying.
I'm finding you delinquent on the lesser included charge of malicious mischief and sentencing you, Miss Collins, to 6 months probation. Stay in school and out of other people's shrubbery. Next case. Why do I feel like I'm on the assembly line at GM?
I wish. They have a superior dental plan.
Oh, Mr. Fisher.
It's just a nose, Your Honor. It's very resilient.
All right, well, you guys are going to have to help me out because our new presiding judge thinks that I am a team of judges. Okay, this is a hearing to determine probable cause. I'm looking at drug charges. Possession?
We're going for intent.
Yeah, which is beyond ridiculous, Your Honor. The prosecution, in its zeal to prove that every black kid with a little bag of weed
4 bags.
heads a major drug cartel.
Darwin Fletcher was arrested on school grounds distributing to minors. Second offense, Your
No
Honor.
money exchanged hands. He wasn't dealing.
So what, he was sharing?
Okay, enough. In 9 words or less, give me your lineup. How many witnesses?
2, Your Honor. Arresting officer and the teacher who called it in.
11, Your Honor.
11?
3 to the fact that he wasn't dealing. 1, he'll say it wasn't even his marijuana. Character witnesses, including an accredited drug counselor and his Little League coach.
What, none of the nurses who were present at his birth were available?
Oh, that's very funny. Very hostile, but very funny.
This is a hearing to determine probable cause. It is not the trial. Revise your lists, both of you. You get 1 witness apiece.
What? That is grossly unreasonable. And you can't ask for that.
And yet I just did.
No problem, Your Honor.
It's a big problem,
Okay, I'll see you all back here with your single witness at
12:30 this afternoon.
next case.
It's really a financial decision. I just can't afford to keep James anymore.
But why? I don't understand.
Well, you know that Scott died.
Yes. We were all terribly sad to hear about Scott. He was a success story, as is James.
Well, frankly, Maxine, it was a lot easier to get by on 2 stipend checks. But now that we're down to 1.
But you're still working, aren't you? Hartford Savings and Loan?
After the accident, I took some time. I needed to.
Of course you did.
I was a mess. The therapy helps, but it's time-consuming. My supervisor at the bank, he was patient at first, but that didn't last.
He's fired you?
He had no choice.
He can't do that.
Well, without a job, I have no benefits. And I'll find something else eventually. But right now, I simply can't afford James. Now, you'll need to find another placement. I'll have him ready to go tomorrow.
Oh, another headache. Keeping those Tylenol people in business, aren't you?
What's your point?
Oh, no point. I'm completely pointless.
Pointless but well dressed. You're not taking out anyone's appendix wearing that, are you? Because you know that stuff stains.
I have a lunch. Sloan Kettering people.
You're kidding. You're taking the job?
I'm talking to them about a job. What? Don't look so surprised. I told you about this the night of the ballet.
Yeah. Now, we never really talked about the night we went to the ballet.
What's there to talk about?
I don't know. Tights, tutus, the fact that we almost kissed.
We didn't kiss.
Oh, we would have kissed had your cell phone not rung. Okay, you can pretend that's not what was going to happen.
It would have been a mistake.
Why?
When I went home that night, where did you go?
I went home. And changed my clothes and went out and saw a friend.
Who happens to work in a bar? Did you have a few drinks? What, do you think I haven't noticed you coming in here 1 or 2 mornings a week hungover? You're going through aspirin like it's vitamin C and you look like hell. It hasn't affected your work yet, but it's only a matter of time.
And that's why it would have been a mistake to kiss me, because I have a couple of drinks every now and then.
Who did you wake up with this morning?
That's none of your business.
You're right. That's none of my business. Do you know why it's none of my business? Because we didn't kiss the other night. Emily, wish me luck.
Judge Gray, enjoying a little lunch, are we?
Yeah, nice leisurely lunch. It's exactly the way I like to eat.
Look, one witness is not going to cut it. You have to give me a chance here.
Mr. Fisher, you know we're
You're going to get reversed on repeal.
Well, I expect I will.
My kid has got to go home. He is getting the crap beaten out of him in juvenile.
We're not having this conversation. Mr. Fisher, go away!
It's Julian.
Julian, what's wrong?
I think Peter's having an affair.
What?
I haven't had time to go through Scott's things, and I've been feeling guilty because I know someone else could use them.
I'm sure they could. I stopped by earlier.
Oh, I must have been at the post office.
I thought maybe you were at work. I spoke to your boss. He said he didn't fire you, and he can't imagine where you got that idea.
I thought lying was the easiest way out. I just want this to be simple. Things have been hard enough.
I can understand that. I know what you've been through.
I don't think you do.
I never lost a child, but I lost my fiancé a couple of days before our wedding. A month ago yesterday. So perhaps I can understand your situation better than most.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Sarah, talk to me.
I was so close to Scott. I didn't have the same rapport with James. It's always been that way. But then Scott died, and I don't know. I don't know if he blames me. I just know that he can hardly speak to me anymore. And because of that and what's happened, I just thought it would be better if you placed him with another family.
I see.
I'm sorry if this sounds cold.
I'd like to make an appointment to talk with James.
Maxine, do you have to grill him about it? Hasn't he been through enough?
He has been through so much that I am very hesitant to uproot him again. And I need to convince myself it's a good idea.
Well, he'll probably tell you that everything is fine. Do I have to say it? I don't like him. He's a sour, cranky kid. And I have tried to love him, but I don't. And I want someone else to be his mother.
I know that he's your brother, and of course your first loyalty is going to be to him. I didn't know who else to turn to.
I know Peter. He's just the last guy in the world to have an affair.
And how do you explain these?
What am I looking at?
Emails off the computer? What, they were right there on the screen. Read the first one.
To P. Gray from Fun Gal 26. 7 p.m. Tuesday night at the Fairview Inn, the Colonial Room. Refreshments will be provided. Hope to see you there.
See? Fun Gal 26 Fairview Inn? What does that sound like to you?
Well, I'm not sure, but it doesn't really sound like an affair. Refreshments will be provided?
Well, that's code for something I'd rather not think about.
Oh, they're stacking up outside your courtroom, Judge Gray. We have to get... Oh, sorry. Hi, Jillian.
Hey, Donna. 2 minutes? Jillian, is it possible that you're...
Overreacting? I know that's what you think. That's what you always think. You know, this was a mistake. I should go.
Wait. Why don't you just talk to Peter about this?
I don't think I can. There's something going on with Peter. With us. We don't talk as much anymore. I don't know, maybe it's the pregnancy, the hormones. I mean, look at me. I'm no Fun Gal 26.
Oh, come on. Who is? So what happened next?
As soon as I made the U-turn, the police car turned on its siren, pulled me over.
So you admit to making the illegal U-turn?
Of course. I always have. My point is, I didn't know it was illegal. You couldn't see the sign because of all the shrubbery. I brought some Polaroids if you want to take a look.
Let go of me. I'm going in. Your Honor.
What's going on, Mr. Fisher?
My question exactly. You were supposed to hear this case 3 hours ago.
Well, I'm running late. Welcome to the real world.
Okay, look, I bust my hump to get my one witness in here on time.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I tried to warn him not to disrupt the
Who is talking to
Mr.
you?
Fisher, if you don't take this outside right now, I'm going to have you removed from the courtroom and charged with contempt.
Contempt? My client is going back to lockup to get the piss kicked out of him tonight again because you're hearing an illegal U-turn case. Who is showing
All right, that's it. I want to see counsel in my chambers right now. Mr. Fisher, the only reason you're not in handcuffs and on your way to lockup right now is you have a good track record with me in this court, but you are long overdue on goodwill. You understand that?
You want to put me in jail? Put me in jail. I'll get some sleep. But it doesn't change the fact that my client is due...
Are you looking for a mistrial?
No, I'm looking for due process, Your Honor. A speedy trial, more than one
I'm doing
witness.
the best I can, Mr. Fisher.
You're doing traffic court.
It is
You're doing
not
traffic
my...
court. And the 3 hours that I have to wait for you to adjudicate a speeding ticket are 3 hours that I have to steal from any one of my 54 clients I'm trying to keep out of jail
This juvenile
tonight.
court is doing the work of 3 courts. It is not the system I would have designed, but it's the one we have to live with.
You know they took away half the PDs in my
understand, Mr.
office,
Fisher.
my
I'm up
support
against
staff,
the
my
same thing.
interpreters.
You did-
If you take away my access to this court, Your Honor, we might as well just forget about the whole thing, okay? Let's just hand her a gun and instruct her to take my client out back and shoot him. The end result is the same, and we save the state a few more bucks.
I've heard speech, Mr. Fisher. In fact, I've made this speech. I don't have time for this, and neither do you. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pretend that what happened in there didn't happen.
Oh, that's fantastic. He gets away with this?
No, nothing. He gets away with nothing. After this case is over, I am going to talk to your supervisor in the PD's department and tell them what happened here today. And in the meantime, if you pull anything like this again, you're going to be swimming in contempt of court charges and sleeping in lockup. And bring a book, Mr. Fisher, because you're going to be there a long time. Okay? Mr. Van Exel, would you please escort them out? And call for another 5-minute recess because I'm going to finish my lunch. Thank you, attorneys.
Lauren, 3 minutes.
I heard you before.
Honey, without divulging anything, can you tell me how Monty Fisher's doing?
Slightly better than the airline industry.
Well, he's having a rough time. His wife left him and moved with the kids to Wyoming or Montana. Well, one of those will give me a home states. And then a fellow PD was knifed in the groin last week, so he's feeling a little fragile.
He's a train wreck. The scary thing is I'm beginning to see exactly how he got there. We shouldn't even be discussing this.
I wasn't discussing, I was just thinking out loud.
Can we think out loud about something else?
As long as it's on the acceptable subjects list.
I think Stu might have proposed.
You think? Did you get a ring? Did the words, "Will you marry me," come out of his mouth?
No.
Then odds are it was not a proposal.
The salesman told us we look good together. Then Stu asked me what I thought. Then he said, "This feels right." That doesn't sound like a proposal to you?
Yes. Unless he was trying on a suit at the time. He was trying on a suit at the time.
You see why I'm confused?
If you knew he was talking about getting married, how would you feel about that?
You're getting married?
No, not me. Someone else. No one you know. Long story. Let's go. You'll be late. To be continued?
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay, hands up.
I just wanted to see how you were doing. I know that you and your mother are very sad about Scott.
Yeah, we're making a book.
About Scott?
And at night, we think of things to write in it, things we remember about him. I find pictures I think he'd like, and we paste them in it.
And you do that every night?
Yeah, and then we talk about what we do that day, and then I go put on my pajamas and stuff like that. And then I just be all ready, and she comes up and reads me a book before I go to sleep.
Well, it sounds as if you and your mother have a very close relationship.
We got lucky to find each other. That's what she used to say every night before I go to sleep.
Doesn't she say that anymore?
She stopped when Scott died.
So I went to see what had caused the pileup. I found Miss Lynn Terry, who had stopped in the middle of the...
Look, yo, that's just my point. I mean, how do I get a moving violation if I'm not moving?
Because they don't make idiots stopped in the middle of street violations. Stupid.
Wait. Donna, what are you doing?
There's a plumbing problem upstairs. Everyone on this floor's springing a leak.
Did you call maintenance?
Judge Brumble put out a memo unless it's leaking on something electrical. It isn't a priority.
Oh, really? Now it's a priority. Dinner's ready.
Be there in a minute.
You've progressed from a coffee cup to they'll think it's just water.
It is water.
It's getting cold.
Hey, for what it's worth, I'm going through some stuff right now, and frankly, the last thing I need is someone judging me from on high. I realize it's an occupational hazard.
What? Noticing that you're flushing your life down the toilet? You know, it's a minor miracle that you found a hospital that'll take a chance on you and you're throwing it all away. What the hell is your problem?
You know, I'd be happy to tell you if you'd come down off your morally superior high horse long enough to listen.
Okay.
I'm at a crossroads. There's these two women. What? When you have a relationship problem, it's life or death, but for me, it's an eye roll?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tell me about your two women.
First is my friend Heather. She used to be an intern.
The one who got fired because of you. That didn't put a strain on the relationship?
Actually, she's a lot happier now.
What's she doing?
Something that isn't a ton of pressure. It's a valid option, you know?
And the other is Dr. Redeker?
You don't know Lily.
I know enough. I know she's not the kind of woman who'd attach herself to a so-called recovering addict who only chain smokes and drinks, or a guy who's decided that staying sober is too much work. And you're too smart to delude yourself that this is a choice between two women.
All the apparatus used to scare me. His feeding tube, the wheelchair, the oxygen. But I remember the first time I fed Lucas without the nurse's help. And the feeding tube, just like anything else, you get used to it. We're scheduling another surgery for his scoliosis, and there's a good chance he'll get out of that wheelchair. But even if he doesn't, he's my boy, and I love him.
Jillian. Jillian. Jillian, wait!
Don't talk to me.
I'm going to work.
Bye.
After we talk.
We don't need to talk.
Honey, look, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about the meetings, but I wanted to go a couple times and see what they were like, and then I was going to tell you about them, I swear.
Fine.
I was going to take you with me.
Peter, I'm not angry because I think you hid something from me.
I know you're angry because I went to the meetings in the first place.
I am angry because you won't even consider the possibility that this baby is fine. I went through years of fertility doctors and operations, disappointments. I went through giving up. I went through adoption hell. And then I got pregnant. This is a miracle, whether you want to believe it or not.
I do believe it.
No, you don't. You think it's some kind of horrible cosmic practical joke.
Well, I think we need...
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about pragmatism or reality or any of that insurance salesman get ready for the worst case scenario crap. If you're right, I will have the rest of my life to deal with it. But right now, you are not going to rob me of my joy. Peter? Get Ned dressed and call the babysitter. I'll call the doctor. My water just broke.
I appreciate your coming in. And I hope that you're ready to tell me the truth.
About?
I've spoken with James. He describes a relationship that is anything but two people who have nothing to say to each other.
I told you he'd try to spin it.
Why would he say anything other than, Mrs. Gray, I don't like my mother. We never talk. Can't you find me a good family? He told me about the scrapbook. If you won't be honest with me, I cannot help you. Why are you trying to get rid of your son?
Because it's going to be so much harder later on.
When?
I don't know. When James runs out into the street, like Scott, when they find him drowned in someone's swimming pool. Or if I'm lucky, after he goes away to college. When I took those children in, I thought about what a happy family we would be. I never thought about losing one. I can't go through this again. I have to let him go before I get too attached.
Dear lady, you are already too attached. And thank God for it. We never get to have the ones we love forever. Good or bad, that's life. What we get to keep forever is the time that we have with them. Don't deny that to your son or to yourself.
How do I get through this, Maxine?
You keep going. There's nothing else to do.
I did. I already did. I
Mr.
tried
Fisher.
that. Get me another number. Just find him.
Mr. Fisher, call your witness.
I'm trying.
You're blowing this, man.
He's not here? You said he was outside.
He was here, and now he's gone. He took off. Happens all the time, Your Honor, which is why I should have had more than one witness.
I told you not to call Jimmy. He never shows up for nothing.
Do yourself a favor. Keep your mouth shut.
I want another lawyer.
Your Honor, if you just give me a couple of hours, I will have another witness.
Well, I don't have a couple hours, so I'm going to grant you a continuance.
No, no continuance. I have assured my client that he will not spend another night in jail.
You should make promises to your client that you don't have the power to keep.
All due respect, Your Honor, but that is a load of crap.
Excuse
Man, what are you doing?
me.
You're pissing her off, man.
That is my job. I make promises I can't keep. I promise a drug dealer he's gonna go free. I promise you he won't deal drugs anymore.
What did you just say?
You
screwed me over.
No, I didn't screw you over. She screwed you over. And she screwed you over.
This is a circus.
I am the only person in this room who's trying to save your ass.
All right, Mr. Fisher, that's enough. Marshall! Marshall! Mr. Flynn, sit down!
Son of a bitch! I'm not going back to jail! Son of a bitch!
Mr. Fisher.
You know what? Why don't you just listen to the judge?
My God.
Mr. Fisher, what's going on?
You know, you screwed yourself over when you went back to that schoolyard and dealt dope.
Come on! I mean, come on! Come on! How many chances do you think you're gonna get?
Monty, just put the gun down.
Like hell I will. A man has a right to protect his own cartilage.
Oh, it feels like it's broken.
I am not the problem here. Now let go of me. I'm a member of the bar. I am a member of the bar. Judge. Your Honor. Just calm down.
Your Honor.
Come on, let's go.
Hi. I need to talk to you.
I'm listening.
Somewhere private.
Well, there's a birthday party in the lounge, so unless you want to step into the ladies' room, this is as private as it gets. Are you okay?
I am extremely okay. All right, this isn't very romantic, but it'll have to do. Okay, here's the thing. You're right. I have been a mess lately, and I figured out why. It's because of you.
I have made you a mess.
I have a rebellious nature, and I have very strong feelings for you since day one. So I have been busy trying to sabotage our potential relationship because I knew that if I were going to make a commitment to you, first I would have to make a commitment to myself, which is something I have never been willing to do.
Kyle.
Let me finish. It would be so easy for me to be the guy who would walk away from all of this and waste the rest of my life at some job I could do with my eyes closed with some woman who would be fine with that. But I don't want easy. I want you.
I almost believe you could pull it off. But I can't risk my future on it. I took that job in Manhattan.
Just missed getting shot by about 6 inches thanks to you. Apparently the metal detector's on the long list of things you won't allow anyone to fix.
I wasn't aware of that. I'll send someone over to take care of it right away.
Well, excuse me if that doesn't help me sleep better at night. But the gunshot is just one thing. I was on my way up here with a laundry list before that.
Yes, I saw your name in my book.
Okay. Well, here's some things I'd like to discuss. Traffic court. 3-day cases that I'm supposed to designate as short calendar because you want to speed things along, but you don't want to bother about anyone's civil rights in the process. And before you got here, I had 4 years of no money for security for my courtroom, no money for rehab. The entire social support system for parents is disintegrating in front of my eyes.
You're right.
I am?
But until the legislators decide to prioritize the juvenile arena, it is what it is.
Well, I hate it.
I can understand that. And I have a suggestion for how you might find your life slightly less stressful. I have an opening in criminal court, and your name has come up more than once. Are you interested?
I don't know.
Well, take a couple of days, think about it.
Excuse me, Judge Brummel. Judge Gray has to leave now. Jillian's in labor.
Oh, my God. That's my sister-in-law.
Give her my best.
Okay, push, Jillian. Once again, push. Okay, once again.
Magnesium up 10 cc's.
Oh, you're doing great, honey. Not much longer. Come on, breathe. Breathe. Come on.
Fetal heart rate is greater than 95.
Jillian, I don't like what the baby's heart rate is doing, and given the circumstances, I'm going to go ahead and prep you for a C-section.
Oh, but...
Let's get her to the surgical suite. Page the anesthesiologist and tell Nurse Rhonda to scrub up now. It's going to be okay, Jillian. It'll be okay.
What are you doing here?
Are you okay? I mean, I just heard what happened, and then they said you were at the hospital.
Judge Gray is fine. We're just waiting for Jillian to have her baby.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Don't spaz out on me. Just got my mom calmed down.
Okay, I'm so glad to see her.
Scalpel.
10 blades.
More sponges.
On the field count is 20.
Hemostat.
Hemostat.
Okay, retract.
Retractor.
Oh, are they ever gonna get started?
I think they're almost done.
Okay, here's the baby.
I can't see.
Say hello to your son.
I told you he was perfect.
Oh, what happened to me? How is he so perfect? I don't know. We're gonna have to run some tests, keep a close eye on him. But in the meantime,
It's a miracle.
I don't have a better explanation than that.
Aren't you worried that Lauren will hear about it or see a newspaper?
I'll tell her later. It wasn't even. It was over so fast. I wasn't even scared. I was just mad. And I went up and yelled at Brommel, and he offered me a job. I guess I'm just swimming in offers today.
What other offers?
Okay. You're right. I guess I'm not swimming. You tell me. Look, I'm tired. I've had a hell of a day, so I'm just gonna put it right out there. Did you propose to me the other day?
Did I propose?
In the men's store, you were trying on the suit. Did you or did you not ask me to marry you? It's a simple question.
No, did you think?
So the big decision was about the suit.
Yes, but okay, hold on. Don't feel bad. I mean, I've been gearing up to propose.
You have?
Yes. I've been saving a very nice bottle of wine and reading restaurant reviews and, planning.
Really?
Yeah, but I thought it would take a long time before you even thought about it. Were you thinking about it?
Well, no. I mean, sort of.
Well, then I will. I will propose right now.
No, please don't. You don't have to do this just because
No,
you
we
think
can do the restaurant and the nice wine thing another time. I mean, I could have lost you today, and this is a good time. I think, Amy, I love you. Will you marry me?
Coming up next on TNT, don't miss the drama of Amy's first day in court. Judging Amy is next on TNT.
It has worked, hasn't it? You'll be all right now. I know it's worked.
Lauren.
No. Stu here. Lauren's the short one with all the hair.
We fell asleep.
How do you know? Maybe the aliens stole us and replaced us with clones. Maybe they just stole our souls and now we're soulless, craven, hedonistic sex bunnies. I don't know. I wanted to rent Dude, Where's My Car?
I gotta go home.
No, you don't. Why? Because I said sex bunnies?
No, because it's the middle of the week. I have to go to bed way too late so I can wake up way too early so I can go to a job that is slowly sucking the life out of me.
So how about tomorrow? You want to go to the new French-Japanese place?
I promised Lauren all-American meatloaf. What about the next night?
I'll pick you up at 7:30.
I'll meet you.
Again with the meeting me. Who are you hiding me from? Your mother?
Your mother knows all about us.
So it's worse. You're hiding me from Lauren.
I'm not hiding you. You've been to the house. She's seen you.
Have you told her we're dating?
Not in so many words. It hasn't come up.
That's not a good sign.
What?
When a single mom hasn't told her kid about you, it's because she's not sure whether or not you're a keeper. I read an article. Well, if that's not it, then why haven't you told her?
I've been busy. I don't know. It's not the kind of thing you can toss out to her when she's brushing her teeth.
Lauren?
Okay.
Guess what?
All right.
I
I'm dating this terrific and exceptionally good-looking guy. Really, Mom? That's great. I'm so happy for you. Tell me more.
Okay, I will tell her soon.
How soon?
Is tomorrow soon enough?
What time does she go to bed? Yes, tomorrow's good.
Insecurity is not your sexiest quality.
It's gone. But I am a keeper, right?
Good morning.
Okay, way too early in the morning to be that cheerful.
Someone out late on a school night?
Oh, God, I forgot to preset this.
No, you didn't. Don't worry. More is on the way.
You stole my coffee?
The EPA has declared the coffee at St. Mike's to be a biohazard.
It's 2 thermoses. You got a new addiction?
One of them is for Dr. Redeker.
Really?
Strictly about caffeine.
Hey, from what I saw, I'm for anything that'll thaw her out.
We let her. She was mad at me. In fact, she's mad at me about 85% of the time.
That other 15%? Kill her.
She's my boss.
And you like her.
Whom does Kyle like?
No one.
Dr. Redeker.
Oh, I thought you were seeing that terribly thin, dark-haired girl.
Exactly. Listen to your mother. I'm seeing that terribly thin, dark-haired girl.
One of those thermoses is for Dr. Redeker.
Interesting.
No, it's not. Nothing here is interesting. This is the self-serving action of a Weasley brown-noser pathetically trying to suck up to his boss. End of story.
Interesting.
How come he never tries to suck up to us?
Speak for yourself.
Judge Gray! Guess what?
Seeing a terrific and exceptionally good-looking guy, and you don't understand why you haven't told Ariadne about it.
No. You want another guess?
Damn it.
Bruce has a mediation. I called upstairs to try and arrange us up.
Yeah?
You're looking at your sub. Only for half a day, because I got a clerk for Judge Rogers this afternoon.
Where's his clerk?
They ran out of money and moved him to part-time last month.
Love the end of the fiscal year.
James has been doing extremely well. He checks in regularly, he's making honor roll, and hasn't violated any of the terms of his probation.
Until he skipped school and missed curfew on the same day.
But I can explain that.
His friends, Nathan and George, picked him up for school and had the brilliant idea to skip. He was along for the ride. He was stuck.
Nathan Ryder and George Moreau are also on probation.
Yes. It was Wallace Bell, their probation officer, who turned James in. He should have handled it with me. Instead, he notified you and asked for a violation petition to be approved.
The record says you were disoriented and mouthed off.
Because I didn't know who the guy was. We were just riding around. We didn't do anything.
But you knew you were violating the terms of your probation.
But I couldn't help it. I was stuck.
James is on probation for a weapons charge,
Firecrackers.
which detonated in the locker at school.
After school, no one was hurt.
Okay, I'll tell you what, need more time on this. I want to review the records, maybe talk to this Wallace Bell.
Why? I'm his PO. You're obligated to take my recommendation.
I'm obligated to give it weight, and I will, but I need more time.
Lucinda Roan petitioning to regain custody of her 16-year-old daughter, Callie.
Mr. Dyer, please begin.
Your Honor, the circumstances which led to the removal of my client's child by DCF have been fully addressed. Lucinda Roan has a job, is drug-free, and attending a maintenance program regularly.
With all due respect, Your Honor, Lucinda Roan has been on the road to recovery many times before and has yet to make it past the nearest crack house.
Judge Gray.
Ms. Friedman, play nice.
She has a long history of being unfit.
If anyone's unfit, it's DCF. You ask me.
And you may answer when I ask you, but not until then. So DCF is seeking to terminate parental rights?
No, Your Honor.
Well, so at some point, I assume, if Miss Roan remains drug-free and employed, the DCF would recommend...
There's no time. They're gonna let Callie get married now.
Is there a wedding in Miss Roan's future?
Yes. DCF believes it's in her best interest.
She's pregnant?
No.
Well, I can't imagine any caseworker thinking marriage at 16 is a wise course of action.
Sorry, I'm late. Kimberly Fallon, Callie Roan's caseworker.
Maybe one.
You're late.
I was out begging for money.
Where's your tin cup?
I would have done a better job with the tin cup. Let's just say that corporate Hartford is not feeling particularly generous to St. Michael's.
Well, your day just got better. Doesn't have that sick hospital taste, does it? Brought it from home. Plus, free refills.
Suck up.
Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Waha.
You've had some upbringing. You can sit through the ballet without snickering at men in tights, can't you?
Is smirking allowed?
Royal Winnipeg Ballet is in town, and Lorraine Benton, the only person to donate any kind of real money to the hospital, gave me 2 tickets. Do you want to go?
Me?
Yeah, unless you have other plans.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm free.
Are you sure? I realize you have a complicated social life with certain former medical professionals.
It's not that complicated. Let me worry about all the medical professionals in my life.
Fair enough. My friend canceled this morning. Mrs. Benton will be there, and I need someone presentable to be there in the other seat.
I can be presentable with enough notice.
7:30, black tie.
So this friend of yours who canceled, he won't mind you taking another guy. I mean, he's not going to show up at the last minute and try to beat me up, will he?
She's pretty nonviolent. College roommate. She's a surgeon at Sloan Kettering.
Oh. Okay.
Presentable. 7:30.
It's not a date.
It walks like a date.
It does like a date.
It's a business function. We're taking separate cars.
What does the Royal Winnipeg have to do with medicine?
A ballerina could break an ankle.
Or someone in the audience named Lily could need some mouth-to-mouth.
You married a child.
I know, but he's cute. I'm knitting a blanket for the baby, and it's white for now, but I will add a border when someone tells me what the color should be.
I already know. It should be pink.
Congratulations.
Oh, sweetheart.
Jillian, I didn't know you went to the doctor today.
Oh, I didn't.
You called him?
No,
Then how do you know?
I just know.
I wouldn't rely on that nonsense about carrying high and low. I'm speaking from experience.
Trust me, it's a girl.
I wanted a girl.
Sexist.
Kyle, will you take in the salad? And I will turn on Tchaikovsky so that you can brush up on Sleeping Beauty while we eat.
I don't have to critique it. I only have to stay awake.
Why aren't you going to a ballet?
No one invited me.
Why is that, Mom? Do you have, like, a bad personality around men?
What?
Well, you're pretty, but no one ever asks you out on a date.
That's not true.
No one has in a long time.
Lauren. Don't forget the bread.
Please. You think after 16 years of smoking weed and snorting coke, my mother's gonna suddenly morph into Carol Brady?
Sweetheart, people can change.
Sweetheart? God, you should urine test her now.
Callie.
Do you know how many times she has promised that she would change?
This time, I mean it.
Every time you mean it.
Ms. Roan, I have read Callie's file. You've had custody returned to you and revoked 3 times.
Every time she gives me this speech about how things are gonna be different, how she's clean, she's got a job, we'll get a house. Then a month later, she'd hook up with some low life and they get high and disappear.
Baby, that's not true.
I am not falling for her lies anymore. I'm gonna decide what's best for me. This is my life.
Technically, it's not fully your life for another few years.
Yeah, if I had murdered Taylor, we'd all be in adult court right now, end of story. But marry him, I'm too young.
Okay, Callie. Well, You're obviously a very intelligent young woman, so you can understand that I look at your record and I see you in and out of foster homes. I count 7 different placements, averaging 2 runaways each. Nothing here recommends you as a stable or mature individual.
Look, I don't use drugs. I don't steal. I don't flunk out. But they've got these stupid curfews and bedtimes. You treat people like a child, they're gonna act like one.
So you think being married is gonna be easier than being a foster child?
Yeah, I do. You see, Taylor and I, we have it all worked out. Okay? First, he insisted I finish high school, which isn't a problem since it's only 2 blocks away from the condo that he bought. Second,
That he bought? How old is Taylor?
He's 26.
He's 10 years older than you?
So? Michael Douglas is 20 years older than Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Miss Fallon, did you know about this?
About Michael Douglas? Yeah, everyone knows that.
No, about Callie.
I did know, yes.
Well, I think I should talk to Taylor Evans.
Why? He's not on trial.
Something we'd like to correct, Your Honor. We've asked the state repeatedly to file statutory rape charges.
What? No! Taylor is a good guy.
Yeah, good guy who's having sex with a minor.
Objection. No, we have not had sex once since he found out how old I was. And anyways, it's a stupid law.
It's a fitness hearing, Your Honor. Mr. Evans' role is irrelevant.
My mother is not fit.
Okay. All right, everybody, stop. Attorneys, you in my chambers.
These kids were all repeat offenders. Nathan Ryder, George Monroe, Trent Bonney. They all knew each other in detention.
James was only in detention for a month.
James didn't mention a third guy.
Trent Bonney, school records show he skipped the same day, but he was gone by the time I caught up with them. So I rounded up my boys, ran a check on yours, took them all in for tox screens.
Which James passed.
They all passed. So they weren't using. Doesn't mean they weren't conspiring. The point is, 3 probationers got no business socializing. Something else bothered me. They were filthy.
What do you mean?
Covered in mud. Gotta ask yourself why. Those boys in Colorado, bet they had meetings in the woods.
If you're implying that James is planning something like Columbine...
I'm not implying anything, Miss Hurley. I'm just putting my 20 years on the job against just 6 months.
10.
And saying, personally, I don't trust that kid any further than I can throw him. I'd send him back to the judge.
One man's opinion.
Why haven't charges been filed against Taylor Evans?
Callie used a false ID to get a job in a bar. That's where he met her.
I didn't know she was a minor isn't much of a defense.
She was his waitress. She was serving him gin and tonics. By law...
You have to be 21 or older if your job includes serving alcohol.
I didn't know strikes me as an extremely reasonable defense.
How does it strike the district attorney?
Since Callie is 16 and this matter is already complicated without adding retroactive statutory rape charges to the mix.
Fine. For Mr. Evans's peace of mind as well as my own, I would like that in writing. Thank you.
Your Honor, as long as we're here...
We are no longer here, Miss Fallon. I will see you back here when you bring Mr. Evans.
May I at least observe that working with you bears a remarkable resemblance to working with your mother?
Thank you.
You don't waste any time.
Can't afford to. Once this baby is born, I won't be able to take a breath for at least 18 years. What are you doing home?
Oh, my business lunch was canceled. Second time. People are in complete denial about their need for long-term care insurance. Are you sure you want little ballerinas dancing all over the baby's room? If it's a boy, you could end up wearing chiffon, getting beaten up at school. A lot.
It's a girl.
Because you just know.
Yeah.
If you decided you want to know, we could get the doctor to tell us for sure.
He will when the baby's born.
No, I mean now, from the amnio.
Those test results are bogus.
You can't just declare the test results bogus because you're unhappy with what the doctor told us.
It's not because I'm unhappy. It's because I know.
What is with all this I know stuff? You've never shown any sign of having ESP or any kind of foresight.
Peter, it's fine if you don't believe me. But it doesn't change what I know. And you're wrong about my never having any foresight. I knew on our first date that you were the man I was going to marry.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
You never told me that.
Our baby is healthy. And she's a girl.
So, for tonight, I can wear jeans, right? It's a good thing I brought that tie for backup.
Do not embarrass me. What have you got? Caucasian, female, 20.
Trauma 1's open.
Mother friend are unconscious. Suicide attempt.
BP 60/30, pulse 164, respiration 7.
Do you know what she took?
Ethylene glycol.
Antifreeze? 1, 2, 3. How long ago?
Mother doesn't know. Could be hours.
We'll start an IV and bolus her now. Give me a SMAC 24 CBC with diff. Has she vomited?
Before we got there.
Intubate, start a gastric lavage, and prep her for hemodialysis.
Stir charcoal with heat 3 times.
Get an NG 2 minutes dead.
Got that?
Here you are, sir.
Want me to get more mashed potatoes?
Can I get the house dressing on that?
Hi, beautiful.
Hi, handsome.
I'm assuming that giving you a big kiss in the middle of the cafeteria wouldn't be a good idea.
No. There's always the stop button on the elevator.
I'll keep that in mind. So how did it go?
What?
With Lauren. What did she say when you told her about us?
I didn't.
Why not?
Honestly, I don't really know. Stu, this is not me avoiding telling Lauren about us.
Well, man, it's certainly not woohoo, let's shout it from the rooftops.
Telling your kid that you're involved with someone is a really big deal.
I know, that's the point.
Yes, it is. And I will. Where are we gonna go to dinner?
Actually, I need a rain check. I have to work.
You canceling because I didn't tell Lauren?
No, I really need to work. I'll call you.
Stable. I'm not sure how secure the shunt is.
It'll hold. Just get it moving. We need to get this stuff out of her blood.
Damn it, Dr. Redeker.
What's wrong?
Machine's not responding.
Is everything connected?
I'll check. Yeah, we gotta get her to the upstairs unit.
The upstairs unit isn't operational. We gotta move her.
When did we lose the upstairs unit?
Last night.
She's gonna go into organ failure. 1, 2, 3.
Natalie, please, that's my daughter.
Sorry, ma'am, you're gonna have to get out of the way.
What's wrong? Where are you taking her?
Put her in an ambulance. Mercy General is closest. Call ahead, tell them we're sending a critical in need of immediate hemodialysis.
Mercy General? That's a half hour away.
I'm sorry, ma'am. There's nothing we can do to help her here.
Look, I know how this is gonna sound, but there's no other way to put it. I genuinely thought that Callie was 21, 22 years old. She was serving me drinks.
But now you know better.
Yes, and it doesn't change who she is. 16, it's just a number.
It's not the right number. Why don't you wait 2 years? Wouldn't it be more prudent?
I'm afraid of what'll happen between now and then.
I'll tell you what'll happen. Callie's gonna mature.
Where's she gonna live? Her mom stolen from Callie her whole life to buy drugs. And Callie hates her, and she hates foster care even more. Either way, she's gonna end up running, and I'll be the first place that everyone looks. So she won't come to me. She's gonna end up on the streets or a bus station or worse.
You've known Kelly for such a short time.
You were right, Probably the most prudent thing that I could do would be to say that this isn't my problem and to walk away. I did not set out to fall in love with a 16-year-old John. I mean, my life would be a lot simpler right now if I hadn't. But that's what happened.
All right, well, obviously you know Kelly's history. Her first response to any difficult situation is to run.
She's strong-willed.
Yeah, she's a teenager. Oh, okay, let's say you get married. All marriages hit rough spots. What will you do if she runs from you?
Believe me, I've thought about that. And I think the honest answer is, I don't know. But if I can always show Callie that I love her and respect who she is, provide a home where she feels warm and safe, then maybe she'll trust me enough that she doesn't have to run. That's what I'm working towards.
That's her right there. The records are huge.
Peter, I was just on my way out.
Jillian wanted me to drop this off. For the baby blanket?
I could have picked up pink yarn.
But would it have been the exact apple blossom pink, which, as it turns out, is critical to the nursery's color scheme?
No, possibly not.
The baby will be here any minute, so I figured you want to get started ASAP.
And we're sure about pink.
Jillian is. She's absolutely positive.
Were you hoping for another boy?
No, that's out of my hands. All I'm hoping for is a healthy baby. I'm afraid that part is out of my hands, too.
Peter.
You know, I tell you the truth, I hope it is a girl because I need Jillian to be right. If she's right about the baby being a girl, maybe she's right about the rest of it.
Heard anything from Mercy General?
No, nothing yet. Do you remember in your interview when you said that most of our equipment wouldn't pass muster in downtown Russia?
I was exaggerating. Trying not to get the job. You see how well that worked?
That woman might die because they brought her to my ER first.
Oh, come on. The sign out front says St. Michael's, not St. Lily's.
Well, I'm the chief of staff.
And you're doing an incredible job. You're holding this place together.
That's all I'm doing. I don't know about you, but when I signed on here, it wasn't just to hold some dying hospital together. I actually thought I was going to be able to turn it around and build it into something. Every year it just keeps getting worse.
Makes you feel any better? I think we've bottomed out. I really do. If it keeps getting worse, you can always call your friend at Sloan Kettering and beg for a job.
Won't have to beg.
What? Tell me you're kidding.
She offered me a job a couple months ago.
You can't leave St. Michael's. You're like the soul of this place.
Huh. No wonder it's in such sorry shape.
Look, if you don't feel up to this thing tonight, you can bail. It's okay.
No. Truth is, tonight's the one thing I've been looking forward to.
Ordinarily, this would be a no-brainer. This violation isn't the kind of thing I would kick over to the judge, but I got an uneasy feeling, James. I've learned to rely on my feelings over the years.
That was meant for me, James.
What was?
These little pinpricks about my lack of experience. I implore you not to punish James for what you perceive to be my inadequacy.
What'd you guys do that day?
Hung out, drove around. And we didn't do anything wrong.
So you keep saying. But nobody's accused you of doing anything other than skipping school.
At the risk of pulling a string in your tightly knit theory, James is guilty by projection. You're treating him like a criminal, and so he's coming across as one big surprise.
Bruce Van Exel. I see. And all of this has been confirmed. Yes, that changes everything. Thank you for calling. That was Wallace Bell. He told me something very interesting. Do you have any idea what that is, James? He told me about a boy named Trent Bonney. He was seen getting in the car with you and your friends the day you skipped school. And nobody has seen him since. James?
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
I thought you had a dinner date.
Change of plans.
Where's Lauren?
She's on the phone begging her father to bring her science textbook over here. She left it at his house over the weekend.
Is that your high school yearbook? I haven't seen that since
High school.
Yeah.
Keep it hidden for a reason.
Oh, look at you. Are we feeling nostalgic, or are we just feeling old?
I was thinking about the guys in my life.
Oh.
And why they don't stay in my life. Mom.
Oh, who could forget, Ronnie Banks. I couldn't wait for that Ronnie Banks experiment to end.
I loved him.
You were 16.
He wanted to elope with me. I seriously considered it.
You did not.
How do you know?
Amy, for pity's sake, I listened in on your phone calls.
Civil liberties?
It was your father's idea. He was the one who worried. I always knew you were too smart to run off at 16.
Maybe you gave me too much credit. I'm a genius that married Michael.
As I remember, you decided that with a coin toss.
Mom, did you really never have any doubt about Dad being right for you?
Not one. Not with your father. Not with Jared either, for that matter.
Must be nice to have that kind of insight.
Well, it's not insight. It's just plain dumb luck. You don't know what you're getting into, really, until you jump in.
Then what's the matter with me?
Nothing. There's nothing the matter with you.
How come all of a sudden I'm afraid to jump?
I was too effusive. I thanked her 4 times for the tickets.
You were grateful.
I told her I thought the Yellow Fairy was the best part of the performance.
She was thrilled. That was her niece.
Yes, that's why I said it. I might as well have just put the donation plate up under her nose. I was completely transparent.
In that dress? I wish.
You don't clean up so bad yourself.
Well, you said I had to be presentable.
And you went the extra mile. I'm impressed.
Thanks.
So,
It's a good thing this isn't a date.
I know.
Because if it were, I'd be wondering how to say goodnight.
Well, how do you want to say goodnight? Occupational hazard.
Tell them you're busy and can't be bothered.
Redeker. When? Okay, thanks for calling. Mercy General, our suicide attempt, she succeeded.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have some calls to make. I'll see you tomorrow.
Lily, you have to know that you did your best. You did everything you could, and it happens. Patients die.
Yeah, well, they do if they come to St. Michael's.
Are we getting closer?
I don't know.
I've got something. Over here.
Is that Trent?
It was something that happened in detention. Something about him narking on him to make a deal. The whole time they planned this, but I didn't know. All right, I didn't know. They snuck up behind him with a rock, and they just kept hitting with it. And all of a sudden, it was just happening. I yelled at them to stop, but But then they looked at me like I was next, so I shut up. I'm sorry.
One misplaced science workbook as requested.
Look at you, Father of the Year.
Is Lauren still up?
No, she's asleep.
Oh, all right.
You just gonna go?
Oh, it's a long drive back.
Well, yeah. Do you want to come in? I can make you a cup of coffee.
Really?
You sound surprised. I know how to make a cup of coffee.
It's not that. It's just, you're not gonna throw luggage at me,
Oh,
right?
come on. I haven't thrown anything at you in months.
How's Maxine holding up?
She's good, considering.
And you? Considering?
I have to ask you something. Do you think I'm relationship challenged?
This have anything to do with the extra weekends I've been getting with Lauren?
I'm seeing somebody.
And what, he dumped you?
No, he's crazy about me.
Well, of course he is. Does Lauren like him?
I haven't told her that we're dating.
Well, why not?
Why not? Because I'm not ready. Because I've screwed up so many times in the past that I'm afraid to say the word boyfriend out loud. Every time I do, it's like it's the beginning of the end. Every time. And I pick the wrong guys. They're too tame or too wild, too young, too spoken for.
What was I?
You? You? Well, come on. At the time, you were the love of my life.
At the time?
We had everything in common.
And great sex.
Yeah.
I'd like to underline the successes. I did so many things wrong.
Maybe it wasn't you. I don't know. Maybe it was me all along. I mean, don't you think... Isn't there a possibility that it was my fault that our marriage blew up?
Is this a trick question?
No. No, I'm serious. Maybe I have something. It's like a self-destructive chromosome that makes me ruin all my relationships.
Nah, it's not your problem.
What is it then?
You're secretly in love with someone else.
Sorry. Been there. Done you.
You're not the new and improved model.
I'm cutting you off.
Amy, our divorce was my fault. If you're having a problem now, it's because you got stuck with a crummy husband and you're worried it'll happen again.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 months of therapy, huh? But I can see its benefits. Because once upon a time, even though I couldn't see it then, I had a wife who showed me how good it can be. I'll pick Lauren up
6
o'clock Friday. Thanks for the call.
Watch your head.
Are you okay?
Other than being a naive idiot, I'm fine.
You couldn't have seen this coming.
You did. And it's not the years you have on me. I believed in that kid so completely.
You were pulling for him. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing except for the fact that he was an accomplice to murder. And I wanted to overlook it. I'm not cut out for this.
Don't make that decision tonight.
I don't know the first thing about human nature. It's all just some ridiculous idea in my head.
Listen to me. I work with a lot of probation officers. This profession is full of cynics and frustrated vigilantes. You're idealistic. So what? You don't want to lose that entirely. Wait till you get a couple wins under your belt. See some kid change his life. All you need is one of those. Get you through the dark times. And it does happen.
Thanks for squeezing me in.
Good to see you. How's Jillian?
She's doing well. Dealing with the diagnosis in her own way.
That's good. What's up?
Well, when Jillian and I came in for our amnio results, we didn't get the full report. We were a little rattled by the bad news, I guess.
Understandably. Have you contacted a support group?
I have. Jillian is hopeful that it won't be necessary.
Yeah. Still, you're going to want to be prepared. I see here we're still waiting on a call from Jillian to talk about a scheduled C-section. This should be on the books by now.
Oh, we talked about that. She wants to go all natural, Lamaze, no drugs, lots of swearing.
If congenital anomalies are present, chances are your baby will be extremely fragile. A vaginal delivery could be hard on him.
I'm sorry, on him?
On the baby. You knew you were having a boy, right? My file says that you were informed during your last visit?
No, we never got to that part.
Oh, the nurse must have, Well, it doesn't matter. I apologize. We're usually quite diligent about this sort of thing. Our nursing staff has changed a bit in the past year, and, well, anyway, how's Jillian doing with her new prenatal vitamins?
All right.
Good afternoon. Well, there is no question in my mind that 16 years old is too young to get married. I'm hoping that my own daughter waits until she's about 30. I cannot tell you how reluctant I am to issue a ruling that will result in a marriage. However, the only other options available to me are equally troubling. An unreliable mother, 2 years in lockdown, a life spent running from foster homes, living in the street. So since they're all risky propositions, I'm going to take my chance with you two. So I am denying the petition for custody and allowing BCF to sign off on the marriage. But I'm not finished, Callie. If you think getting married means no rules, think again. Taking your vows means taking on serious responsibilities. Ignore them and your marriage doesn't stand a chance. And Ms. Roan, do not make the second worst mistake of your life and start using again. Your daughter's going to need all the help she can get for her marriage to succeed. Half of them fail. And if this one does, speaking from personal experience, I can tell you that nothing is more important than having a loving, strong mother to come home to. Good luck to all of you.
Hi.
Hi. I'm just about done. I ordered this weeks ago and it just arrived today. Is that good luck or what? You think she's gonna like it?
It's perfect. She's gonna love it.
I hope you're hungry. I made dinner.
finished my homework. What's for dinner?
Grandma's making turkey burgers for you. And, I have a date.
With who?
Stuart Collins.
A real date?
Yep. Real coming to the door to pick me up. Gonna be out past 10 date.
So is he your boyfriend?
Yeah. Yeah, he is. And he's a terrific and exceptionally good-looking guy.
Cool.
Think?
You should have a boyfriend. You're pretty and smart and fun to hang out with. You shouldn't be all alone in the world.
I'm not all alone.
You know what I mean. Just don't marry him, though.
আজকে যদি আব্বু আম্মু যদি আমারে যদি বলতো যে সাকিব তুই বিয়ে কর তাহলে আমি
এই লইটে বান্দর তুই চুপ থাক তুমি তো মোর বন্ধু সুরজ রে চেনো মোর মেলা দিনের পুরানা বন্ধু লোকটাও ভালো বিশ্বাসী আর তার মাইয়া যে খারাপ হইবে ইয়া কিন্তু মোর বিশ্বাস হয় না আমার ওই দোস্ত সুরজ রে মুই কথা দিছি তার মাইয়া আয়সার লগে আগামী মাসে মগো পোলার বিয়া দিমু তা বাবা তুমি কি কর
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ রাস্তা ক্লিয়ার
তোর বাবার একটু মাথা মোটা হইলে তাতে কি হয়েছে কথাটা কিন্তু খুব একটা খারাপ করেনি তাই না ভালো একটা ডিসিশন নিছে
এই হ্যাঁ বেটা ওই যাও কই আরে বেটা বহ যাও যাও কই
বয় বাবা বয় বয় রাখি মাথাটা ঠান্ডা করে বয় না কথা বলতেছি কথাগুলি একটু শুন
আচ্ছা আব্বু আম্মু মন থেকে খুশিতে তোরে বিয়ে করাইতে চাইতেছে মানে তোর মতো বলদ আমি আমার দুনিয়াতে দেখিনি তুই যেখানে রাজি হবি সে জায়গার মধ্যে তুই উল্টার মোসামুসি করতেছিস আজকে যদি আব্বু আম্মু যদি আমারে যদি বলতো যে সাকিব তুই বিয়ে কর তাহলে আমি
এই লইটে বান্দর তুই চুপ থাক বাজান মোসরামুসরি কইরা কোনো লাভ হইবে না বিয়া কোনো অপরাধের কাম না হনু পোলাপান যখন বড় হয় বাবা মার দায়িত্ব পোলাপান করে উত্তম জায়গায় বিয়ে দেওয়া আমার জানা মতো মাইয়াটা সুশীল ভদ্র বিয়েটা হইয়া গেলে তখন বুঝবা তখন আর তোমার অঙ্ক মুখস্থ করা লাগবে না বাবার হোটেলে বইয়া ঠ্যাংয়ের উপর ঠ্যাং তুলা খাবা অসুবিধা কি
অনেক অসুবিধা আমি বিয়ে করবো না আর তোমার বিয়ে দেওয়ার ইচ্ছা হলে তোমার ছোট ছেলের সাথে বিয়ে দাও ওই যে আয়সানা কি নাম ছোট ছেলের বিয়ে দিয়ে দাও তার সাথে আমি পড়াশোনা করব আমি পড়াশোনা করে পাশ করে আমি হায়ার স্টাডির জন্য ইউনিভার্সিটিতে বিদেশের ইউনিভার্সিটিতে আমি পড়তে যাব আমি বিয়ে করব না আমি পড়াশোনা করব
বাজান দিল্লি বহু দূর ওদিকে তুমি তাকাইও না লাভ হইবে না ওই মাইয়ারেই তোমার বিয়া করতে হইবে ফোন নাম্বার নেও কথা কও দরকার পড়লে দুজনে দেখা সাক্ষাৎ করো সিন পরিচয় হও আগামী মাসের যে কোনো দিন তুমি কত মোর এককানি কথা
আপা তোরা তো জানিস তোর আব্বার মাথা গরম যেই কথা বলে সেই কাজ না করা পর্যন্ত তার মাথাটা গরমই থাকে তাছাড়া বাবা সবার তো আর লেখাপড়া হয় না হয় বাবা যে বলছে বিয়ে শাদী কইরা বাবার ব্যবসাটা একটু দেখাশোনা কর এতে করে তোর একটা নতুন জীবন হবে একটা নতুন সংসার হবে তাই না জীবনটা একদম পাল্টায়া যাবে ঝরঝরা হয়ে যাবে তাই না আব্বা আমার কথা শুনতে হয় হ্যাঁ বাজান
আমার ভবিষ্যৎ এমনিও ভালো পড়াশোনা করলেই ভবিষ্যৎ ভালো হবে তুমি যাও এখান থেকে যাও আমার মেজাজ একটু গরম হয়ে যাচ্ছে যাও এখান থেকে যাও
তোর বাবার কথাটা একটু ভালো করে মনোযোগ দিয়ে চিন্তা কর হ্যাঁ
ভাইয়া জীবনে বহুত অঙ্ক মুখস্থ করছো এবার জীবনের অঙ্কটা মিলাও এই যে উস্কো খুস্কো গালগুলো আছে না চুলগুলো আছে না ওগুলো সেলুনে গিয়ে ফেশিয়াল টিশিয়াল করে একটু মানুষ হও বুঝছো
জুতাগুলো না ময়লা হয়ে গেছে এগুলো ড্রাইওয়াশ করবো আমি ড্রাইওয়াশ করবো
ও তুমি
ডরেছেন
ধরাবো কেন? মাকে এরকম আটকা মায়া মনের সামনে চলে আসলে তো একটু চিন্তা লাগেই। আর কালকে আবার তোমার মামার সাথে চ্যালেঞ্জ, বললে আইসো শেষবার মতো চুল দাঁড়িয়ে আশ্রয় আসতে।
শুনেন, কালকের খেলায় আপনি হারবেন।
বাবা, কনফিডেন্স দেখছো মেয়ে।
যদি না হারছেন তাহলে কিন্তু বললাম এটা দিয়ে আমি আমার হাতে আপনার নাম লিখুন।
মানে
তো তখনই বুঝবেন যখন এটা দায় আপনার উপর পড়ব। সরেন।
আরে ভাই, নাম লিখবা মানে? কি মুসিবতে বললাম, জিততে না পারে এখন 2 নাম্বারই।
কি করতেছ? এটা কি করলি তুই মামা বলতো? শেষ পর্যন্ত ওই হাবলু মামার কাছে।
সরি বলছি তো, মিস্টেক হয়েছে। আর এটা খেলা না, খেলাতে হার জিত থাকি।
এই কথা তুই বলতেছিস? 3 বারের চ্যাম্পিয়ন নিলয় বলতেছে এই কথা, শেষ পর্যন্ত খেলায় হার জিত থাকেই।
হ্যাঁ বলতেছি, এবার হয় না আগামী বার হইব। আর শোন, আমাদের না বয়স বেশি হয়ে গেছে, ঠিক আছে? এখন এটা জুনিয়রদের করা কাম, আমরা অনেক সিনিয়র হয়ে গেছি।
এই দাঁড়া জুনিয়র? হ্যাঁ, কোন অ্যাঙ্গেল ওই হাবলু মামার তো জুনিয়র মনে হইলো কত দেখি? এই কথা শোনার পরে ওই হাবলু মামা সানফ্লাওয়ার তেল মাইরা ঠিক ঠিক করে হাসবো। তুই এমন একটা কাজ করছিস মামা, এলাকায় মুখ দেখানোর মতো অবস্থা থাকলো না।
টাকা দিতেছি, একটা কাজ কর, বোরকা কিন না পিন্দা ঘুরতে থাক, ঠিক আছে? এলাকায় মুখ দেখাইতে হইব না।
দাঁড়া, আমার মনে হইতেছে কেউ তোরে তাবিজ করছে। তুই কখনো তো এই কথা বলার ছেলে না, কি হয়েছে কত?
কোনো তাবিজ টাবিজ কিছু না। আর শোন, আনোয়ারের রহিম বাবুর ছেড়ে আনতে পাঠাইছিলাম, কই হয়?
ভাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম ভাই।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম। আনোয়ার কই?
ভাই পাটায় কই জানি গেল গা ভাই? কামটা কি হলো ভাই? কালে গেমটা এটা গেলেন?
যাওয়ার হইছে, কাজের কথা আসি। লাইলির পার্টিতে কাচ্চি করে দিব।
না ভাই পারুম না, মাফ করে দেন ভাই। আপনার লেগে আমার জানা আছে, রুমের লেগে আমি ভাই কাচ্চি বাচ্চি রাখতে পারবো না ভাই।
তুই কি কর? রহিম ভাই, মাথা ঠান্ডা, মাথা ঠান্ডা। তোমাদের ছাড়া হইব না তো বিষয়টা। এমন কাচ্চি খাওয়াই ফিরব, মনে করো 7 দিন যাতে কেউ বাথরুম থেকে বাইর না হইতে পারে। বুঝছো না বিষয়টা? পারো না? যাও এবার রেডি করে গিয়ে যাও তাড়াতাড়ি।
একটু বড় খবর হইব।
তোমরা আমগুলোকে বইতা।
আরে আমরা তো খাবোই, আগে আপ্যায়নটা করে নেই। পুরান ঢাকার ট্রেডিশন তো আপ্যায়ন করা, কি মামা?
আইতো দুষ্ট লাইনে আইতো, এরকম লাইনে থাকলে তো কোনো সমস্যা হইতো না। তো কইছিল খেলার কথা এখন বুঝছো খেলা কি
এখন একদম ক্লিয়ার মামা আপনার একটু কাছে দিই আলু দেই আলু আলু
না 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 গোস্ত দাও গোস্ত দাও
এই যে গোস্ত দেই
অনেক মজা হয়েছে এই লাইলি দাও
আলু
আলু লাইলি তুমি লইবানি
খাইতাম মজুর তো
তুমি একটু খাও
সবাই মিলে আমগুলোকে খাইতাম
আরে খাবো তো খাবার তো আছে
লোকে খাও
আরে মামা খান তো আছে কিছু লাগলে বললেন কিন্তু
মজা হয়েছে
আসলে
না চলো গোস্ত দাও
এইবার লইয়া কয়বার হয়েছে
ভাই 5 বার
তোমার এত করে কইছি যে একটু কম কম খাও মাগনা খাওন পাইলে হুদাই হাম করে খাও
দুলা ভাই আমি তো মাগনা খাওন খাই ভাই আমরা তো বাজেতে জিতছি আর আমি তো পরিমাণ মতোই খাইছি বিশ্বাস করেন দুলা ভাই আমি নিশ্চিত ওরা খাওয়ানোর মধ্যে কিছু মিশাইছে লাইলিও তো পরিমাণ মতো খাইছে ওরা তো পেট নামছে শুনছি
হ্যাঁ মানুষের খায় কাম নাই তোমার খাওয়ানোর লোকে কিছু মিলাইছে
ভাই আপনি জানেন না ওরা অনেক ডেঞ্জারাস দুলা ভাই ওরা প্রত্যেকটা ধরে ধরে ফাঁসি দেওয়া উচিত দুলা ভাই আমি খালি একটু সোজা হয়ে দাঁড়াইলি তারপর দেখেন আমি রাজপথে নামবো আমি আন্দোলন করবো মগো ফাঁসির লিগা
যাও তুমি তোমার কামে যাও আমি তোমার লেগে কেড়ে বয়ে থাকো
আপনি একটু বহান ভাই
thì chả kiếm gì đấy mạnh nhất rồi và cái mạnh hơn đâu rồi để mất đến map cuối thì mất được mắc theo heo ấy xong mắc theo heo thì mất kiếm này mạnh nhất rồi kiếm này mạnh nhất rồi còn đâu kéo kiếm mạnh hơn kiếm mạnh nhất rồi còn đâu lúc không một lúc vào nót không hôm nay anh chán quá anh thì định không đi học cô cũ không anh chán không đi học đâu không phải xin thầy trước xong rồi bảo là cho em xin phép vào học online tham gia lớp online để cho em vào suy nghĩ ấy rồi anh đánh giá huyết top 6 rồi nhưng mà không được bởi bổ trợ thì anh xem lại xem là hôm nay bổ trợ cái đéo vậy đã bổ trợ gì anh xem bổ trợ được cái gì Tuấn không nghe đâu nó tắt nghe mà nào đâu với mà được Vũ ơi chụp cái hình phát chu ấy được bây giờ sẽ với cái bắt chu Không, nó hỏi về át thì nó bị mày kinh thôi Nam không được làm thôi Nam gì thử xem trong thư spam ấy xem có không Thấy chưa, thầy bảo cái chú lúa đây, cái chú lúa điên. Không à, không à, chán quá. Phùng Thành à, ai trở là ai trở Phùng Thanh Độ cơ, và Phùng Thanh Độ. Quay lên mình giải thải, quay lên mình Việt Nam. Phú tiền rồi. Để với anh tôi mà. Mấy quang áo à? À, điên à, cái thằng này quay còn dài hơn cái thằng này còn quay còn dài hơn cái thằng đầu tiên quay cùng anh cơ. Thằng Tấn Nam cái gì ấy. Không bị vết là xong mà. Qua đây cô ơi. Quá coi. Tập tới sau chắc bị đau quá. Nó xong ngủ dậy. Rồi xong ngủ dậy không bị đau. Mày cứ xách nhít cho thằng yêu Khôi đi. Thằng đấy tập thằng ấy tập mỗi máy một set, xong rồi nó đi chỗ khác, xong rồi tôi về nó kêu đau quá à. Mày nhót. mày cứ đi thằng yêu Khôi. Ôi kìa, không phải. Tay trước. Mày bỏ là lưng tay sau bởi vì mày thấy lưng cả tay sau đó là sau rồi không? Huyết kiếm à? Mày kinh. Gà đen à? Đó. Tao biết tao bị over mà sao? Buồn thế này, tao biết mà, tao biết thế trước. Tao biết tao béo thì tao mới giảm cân, tao giảm béo, tao giảm 4 cân rồi đấy. Nhầm không phải, nhầm vậy bự. Đồ mà sao bị mất thì danh hiệu của cháu gì nhỉ? Danh hiệu đâu mày daily tôi có tời heo mai sẽ được có OP tiếp à? Danh hiệu ở đâu đâu sai sổ à? Đây vua S 252 block 9.000 block coi 3 tỷ 2. Anh quỷ vương với lobby nè. Phải update nhiều mà sao đéo cốt nhỉ chú tao. Cái gì? Đây xem mà. Đi qua mẹ mày. Đi qua mẹ. Sai. Gửi mấy bạn sáng ai thi giải tích điểm 8 cộng mà cứ kêu thấp nhé. Mình thi có 3.5 thôi. Còn chưa kêu 8 cộng kêu cái gì hả? Là tao được có 8 điểm. Tiếc. Thì đưa mình này ở đó mà chê. Làm như thượng đẳng lắm. Chắc thấy phòng toàn 3-4 xương lắm nhỉ. Kinh ác. Mấy cái thằng mấy cái thằng 2 cái 5 đấy. Thằng đang nói là cùng khóa cùng khóa với cả Hiếu Béo hả? Đó, không nói thế chứ có đi hả? Sao Vũ thì anh nói bị dính nhà ám với Thỉnh Nam? Không sao, để thầy tắt mấy con thằng này. Em quan. Ui, thầy khỏe đấy. Có đâu quan khỏe vậy, broke lui. Thầy mà chưa khỏe như vậy, thầy khỏe hơn. Ha, có ánh sáng. Mày nhót. Mấy cái đéo bây giờ, đéo nhặt trên gì luôn. Ở trên ra còn muốn chơi là đánh con đây. Yes sir, sống chết có số rồi. Dạ. Bảo Nam về phê phát gì Vũ xong rồi lên xem có sao. Well. Với cung rồi. Hết rồi, cảm xúc mất đấy, đi mất được mà, đến móc của em phát đi mất được luôn. Không bị mất gì chứ. Bị mất luôn. Hôm tao đánh đến mãi không đi thầm thì bớt này, tao đánh 50 tỏi tiền đéo thì bớt rồi sau thì bớt thì không. Em gì, bao nhiêu tiền trả em đéo rồi sau phải đi bớt hết. Mỹ thuật. Đang có minion này. Thầy vứt đi à? Có một thằng chụp ảnh vứt đi vào trường cấp 3 đéo nào, nó đang là đéo hiểu thằng áo nào tự dưng vào trường tông nghịch anh em ạ. Tìm thằng này giống vứt đi cực, đéo biết phải vứt đi không? Giống anh Quyết. Thằng vứt đi thật thì sao ấy? Vứt đi mà, nhưng mà nhìn nó béo hơn mọi lần ấy. Dạo ở trên thread thì có mấy cái trên là cứ đăng giới thiệu bản thân cái thứ ấy, xong toàn mấy thằng gay đăng. Nếu hiểu nghe cái thằng gay làm nhớ gì này. Nó cứ đăng là mình một biết bao nhiêu ấy, đăng 1 tỷ cái giới thiệu bản thân ra ấy, xong rồi thích con trai với cả bisexual